now, the news.
It is Tuesday, March 11th, 2025, and this is the latest breaking travel news. I have three big stories, so make sure you stay to the end. Let's jump into the first one right away. An urgent search continues for missing U.S. student in Punta Cana, Dominican Republic. As of March 10th, 2025, a massive search persists in the Dominican Republic for Sudiksha Konanki, a 20-year-old University of Pittsburgh student who vanished during a spring break trip in Punta Cana. Last seen on March 6 at 4:15 a.m. on surveillance footage entering the Rio Republica Hotel Beach with 7 others, 5 female friends and 2 men. After drinking in the lobby, Konanki's whereabouts remain unknown. By 5:15 a.m., 6 of the group left the beach, leaving her with a man in his 20s. He later was captured leaving alone at 9:55 a.m., and her friends reported her missing at 4 p.m. that day. Dominican authorities have launched an extensive effort utilizing helicopters, drones, drivers, boats, and search dogs to scour the Poblado coastal area by land, air, and sea. The man last with Konanki had been interviewed, offering conflicting stories. They swam together. He fell asleep on a lounge chair after feeling ill, and she might have just been swept away by a wave or walked off. Her sarong was found on the beach, but with no signs of violence. He's not a suspect. Some officials lean towards drowning, though no body has surfaced. Konanki's father, Subarayudu Konanki, doubts the drowning theory, pushes for an investigation into kidnapping or trafficking, as days have passed without her body washing ashore. The Loudoun County Sheriff's Department in Virginia, her family's home, has engaged the FBI, U.S. State Department, and Indian Embassy requesting an Interpol yellow notice. Konanki, a pre-med student of Indian origin and U.S. Resident, had sparked a unified response from her university and the Rio Hotel. The case remains unresolved, gripping global attention as a hunting mystery. This is tragic news, of course. First of all, prayers and good vibes for the family. Our heart goes out to them. I can only imagine what they're going through. There's a few sketchy things, like this gentleman that she was with at 4 a.m. Can't remember what happened at 4:30 a.m. in the morning with a girl on the beach. I've been out on the beach with a girl at 4 a.m. or whatever early in the morning, but I've never had one come up missing and not know anything about it. But the biggest thing is, I don't get her leaving her cell phone with her friends. Who does that? And if I didn't mention that in this story, she did. Supposedly, she gave her story, according to True Crime Channel, I believe. She gave her phone to her friends, which means she had no way to contact anybody, which means she can't be traced by her cell phone too. It's just sketchy, and I don't know. I heard something the other day about cruise ships. If when people come up missing on a cruise ship, the police just lean towards self-inflicted. You know, they did it to themselves, which is not good because they don't want to go through all the harassment, and who knows, they may even hold the ship to investigate. So they just say, oh, well, it's self-inflicted. Can be the same thing in this case. I mean, I would lean towards looking at the guy. I'm just saying, you tell me what you think, but has any of you ever gone out without your cell phone, left it with your friends? Especially if you a girl. It just don't make sense to me. Anyway, the second story, security guards in Medellin are still on the job. Security guard foils attempted robbery. A security guard in Provenza, El Poblado, foiled an attempted robbery after 2 women scoped and stole from 2 American tourists. The victims, aged 50 and 53, had met the women at a shopping center and invited them to their rented apartment. 4 hours later, the women attempted to leave with stolen goods, including laptops, phones, jewelry, and 30 bank cards. Suspicious of their abrupt departure, the guard locked the door, preventing their escape. When the women, aged 20 and 23, failed to bribe him, police arrived and found the tourists disoriented, likely due to scopolamine poisoning. The women from Salaneta and Medellin were arrested and charged with attempted murder. I'm not going to say it, but this is what we've been saying the whole time. They need to be held accountable, and this should be the crime. Anyway, back to the story. Also aggravated theft and document falsification. The incident mirrors a February case where another guard stopped a 49-year-old woman from robbing a tourist in Villa Carlota. She had a history of theft and an active arrest warrant. These cases highlight the ongoing security risk for foreigners in Medellin and the crucial role of vigilant security personnel. There you go. Now, I ask myself all the time, because I was just there a few weeks ago, would I bring somebody back to my Airbnb?
No, not a chance. Not at all. No, none of us
Not
agrees.
a chance. You better believe not. No way. And this last story for you Canadians, this is a big one. New U.S. rule requires Canadians to register and be fingerprinted for long stays. Starting April 11, 2025, Canadian citizens staying in the U.S. for more than 30 days must register with the Department of Homeland Security and undergo fingerprinting. This rule applies to those aged 14 and older who were not previously fingerprinted when obtaining a visa. Here's the new requirements. Mandatory registration. Canadians must register with DHS if staying beyond 30 days. Fingerprinting, part of the registration process. Proof of registration. Visitor must carry documentation at all times. And penalties for non-compliance, fines of up to $5,000, 6 months in jail, or both. Registration is done online. While initial enforcements will focus on education, officials stress the importance of compliance. No fee is required yet, but DHS may introduce one later. This rule targets long-term Canadian visitors, especially snowbirds in states like Florida, ensuring proper documentation for extended stays. Visitors should register promptly and carry proof to avoid legal issues. That's a big one. 30 days is not that long. I know some of you come down for a few months, especially here in Texas. I guess Florida's the same. They're called snowbirds. They come to the valley here in Texas and they stay McAllen, anywhere in the Rio Grande Valley. They stay down that area and it's just known, and they cross over. They still cross over. There is one border where you can cross over, Progreso to Nuevo Progreso. It's safe, it's guarded, and you can scoot over and get your medications and come back. So a lot of snowbirds stay down there. I get that. So this is a big deal for them. A big deal for anybody coming from Canada who wants to stay in Florida for more than 30 days. Things are changing, people. Already, you're up to date with the latest travel news. Thank you guys for watching. Remember to travel, but travel safe.
So I hope you liked this video. If you did, make sure you go down and hit subscribe. And definitely like. It helps that YouTube algorithm. You know what I'm talking about? See what I'm saying?
So hey girl, thanks for coming by my place.
No worries. You mind if our girlfriend can come by with us?
Hell no! This why I watch DC Rob.
Kini excited, dili na mag-online. Dun sa may dugayan, chika babes kay nasulan. Idol ipadulan, ako ang padulan. Para may lumluman, dili-dili na tuluman. Hoy, shock ka, makalok-kalok-ka. Si Bona sexy, lawas murag Coca-Cola. Ang kaanyag ni mo sa akong kalibutan nga saag. Wala ko ikatubag, ikaw ra kong matawag. Murag kagabun sa kabugnaw sa taas. Sa imong paghawas, lawas ni mo lapas. Sinut walay gas-gas, ako amo bas-bas.
If you're in Medellin and you need dental work done, from a basic cleaning to major reconstructive surgery, come see my guy, Dr. Carlos Maury. Contact information in the description below. Headed to Medellin, Colombia? See my guy Andres with Nomad Travel for safe airport pickups and drop-offs and tours. Contact information in the description below.